welcome back to Deep Thought. We're going through the original Tomb Raider and killing some more wolves.
Aww.
I'm sorry, they have to die. They're in the way. And they'll kill us if we don't kill them.
Make friends with them. They're wolves. They're cute.
This isn't Undertale.
Yeah, but they're still cute.
So this is the next level. I think it's called the City of Vilcabamba. I have no idea what that name means, and I'm not going to go look it up. But, so this level, first off, there's a locked door where you have to find the key in order to unlock it. But before we do that, actually, I think we do get the key first, but before we go through the door, we have to go find the secrets that are in this room.
Yay, secrets. There seems to be a lot of switches and stuff.
Yeah, it's a very basic puzzle design, but it works.
Yep.
So, let me talk about how I captured footage for this. It was kind of a frustrating process. So, the way I normally capture footage for PC games, I use OBS. It's not only a great streaming service, it's also a great recording service.
Yep.
And it's free. So, yes, this is a blatant advertisement for OBS, so you should go download that. Because if you don't, you'll never get the best high-quality PC game footage of all time.
Sure, buddy.
So I tried using that. However, it just recorded a blank screen with audio. I mean, the audio was there, but there was no footage or visuals or anything. So I'm like, okay, what should I do next? Okay, let's try Bandicam. So I download Bandicam. I bought Bandicam. It didn't work either.
Yeah, Bandicam sucks.
I've actually never used Bandicam that much before.
It's
I'm not
garbage.
even sure if it works.
At least I don't like it. I don't know. I've only used it like once or twice, but it was like, eh. OBS is better.
Yeah, OBS is way better. So I ended up, you know what Camtasia is?
Yeah, it's the worst fucking thing ever. I fucking hate Camtasia. Okay, the screen recording on Camtasia is nice, but the editing software is fucking garbage. Trust me, when I was doing my Half-Life LP, I did the first half of it, I did most of it with Camtasia, and it was just fucking garbage. I had to like switch to Sony Vegas like during that LP because I just couldn't keep using Camtasia because it was just so slow. It kept crashing and stuff on me, and yeah, I haven't had any good experiences with Camtasia, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, I've used Camtasia for the past year, and I've had a mixed experience. It works when there's not too much data on there, but
the moment you have anything more than like a couple gigabytes, it like starts to lag to hell.
Yeah. So I ended up using the screen recorder, and the only problem I had to face then was that the game kept going into full screen every time it played in FMV, so I just had to keep it in a 480p window for the entire time, if I was going to record it efficiently.
Yeah.
So the original footage was in 480p. I upscaled that in Camtasia to 720p, and then I rendered that. Then I did the whole editing and the brightness thing in Vegas, and then I rendered that, and here we see the lovely grainy footage you see here. So it's not quite the best, could be better, but I got it.
Yay!
So the underwater portions of the game are kind of frustrating. When using swimming for long distances, it's good because Laura swims quite fast, but when you're trying to pick up an item, you have to be extremely precise in where you're going, because you can't tap on the swimming button, because you'll either go a very long distance or you won't move at all.
Damn these camera angles.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
And if you run out of breath, you start losing life, and you can keep using med packs to stop that from happening, but if you run out of life, you drown.
And you're dead.
So this is the first secret. It was relatively simple. You just hit a lever, and you went up into this area right here. Let's see. The second secret is a little bit more challenging, and one I had no idea how to do when I first played this game. But, I eventually got it.
Thank you, Game Facts.
Yes, indeed. I actually use this, for the walkthrough, I used a site called, Stella's Tomb Raider site. And the person who runs the site is a person named Stella. It's actually quite popular with, Tomb Raider fans and other gamers in general. So in order to get this secret, you had to pull a lever that was in the other underwater section of this area. It was actually kind of difficult to find, and I could not for the life of me find this when I was playing this for the first time. So, yeah, I actually thought the switch would be behind those snakes there. Like, oh, maybe they're behind the snakes. Oh, they're kind of creepy, though. I don't want to go near them.
The snake statues somewhat remind me of something from the Chamber of Secrets in Harry Potter.
That was the first crossfade, and unfortunately there are going to be a lot of crossfades in this area because, well, it's either because A, I forget where to go, or B, I die. And you can die very easily in this game, as we'll see in a few minutes.
Yeah.
So, now that we have the secrets in this area, there's another secret, but it's not until later. We can go proceed to the next part of the level, which is a giant building.
Yay! I like giant buildings.
And you know what the best thing about giant buildings is?
What?
You can fall off of them and break every single bone in your body.
Awesome! Do you do that?
Yes, just to kind of show off how Laura dies if you fall too great a distance.
Cool.
But other than that, I'll just kind of crossfade out all the deaths I record.
Fair enough.
More wolves.
Aw. Poor wolves. They didn't do anything to you. I mean, you are trying to steal their treasure.
What use would these wolves have for the treasure that I'm going for? It's not like these wolves are like the guardians of the people who put it here in the first place.
You never know. Who are you to debate the canon of Tomb Raider?
That is true. Although I have played through this entire game, and I can definitely confirm that the wolves are not the guardians of whoever is.
Are they just
putting
like
the
sent out
stuff.
by the big bad or something?
I think they just found this place and decided to make a habitat here, and now we're just going to kind of eradicate it all.
I see. Is there a big bad in this game, or is it kind of just you go from tomb to tomb like a bad guy?
Oh yeah, there is a bad guy. Believe it or not, Tomb Raider has a story. I originally, in the controversy video that I did, I originally said it was kind of stupid, but as I played through more of the game, it was actually kind of interesting. Like, the themes that Tomb Raider uses throughout the game, like, it uses a mythology from a bunch of different religions, like Greek mythology, Roman mythology.
Yeah.
It's very interesting how the game implements this kind of like lore and mythology, but that's not until later.
Fair enough. I'm expecting the big bad to be some big bald guy with an eye patch, but that's just me. Again, I've never played this game, so I could be completely wrong.
We'll see.
Okay. Is that an air horn?
That is a shotgun shell.
Oh, it looks like an air horn. Oh.
Yes, every single time you fall from from a great distance, that will happen, and it's very frustrating, especially if you haven't saved in a long time.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Because even though if you save, even though if you can save at any point in the game, it becomes very easy to forget to save. So you have to go and do other parts again if you die.
Yeah. I will say the underwater effects in this game look really cool, like the way it kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but it kind of glows underwater.
Yeah, it's interesting lighting.
Yeah.
For a second I thought you were going to say those 2D sprites that kind of look like the little ripples in there look very good. They're kind of not very good.
Yeah. No, I was just commenting on the lighting.
It's incredibly basic, but it for 1996 and for something that's so very obviously the first steps in 3D, it looks okay.
Yep.
But it ain't no Nintendo water.
Nope. 7 out of 10, not enough water.
The memes have started.
Yep.
Here's another thing I don't like about the platforming. If you jump up from that ledge, sorry, if you jump up to that ledge there and you're not quite under it, you won't reach it. And if you're just even a little bit under it, you'll just bonk your head on under the ledge. So yeah, it's very precise, surprisingly precise platforming.
Yeah, it looks really finicky to me.
But it works. Like, I've played this game so many times, I'm just so used to it.
Yeah, I getcha.
So the point of this building was to go into one door, climb up a bunch of stairs, hit a switch, which opens another door, where you climb up another bunch of stairs in that door, and then you hit another switch, and then you go into the middle door. And as you can see there, that was a crossfade, which means I fell again. I do like the little edges that the roof on this building has. It's a nice little touch.
Yeah, it looks cool. Jesus.
So these are the implementations of some of the traps. These are the giant swinging axes. They're not used too much throughout the game, but they're quite menacing, especially if you get caught in one of them, because you can die instantly if you do.
Yeah, that would probably happen in real life as well.
Well, I mean, that's true, but in this game, you don't get splattered against the wall if one of them so much as scrapes across you. It just kind of phases through you, though you do take damage.
Yeah.
There's another bear. Bears are fun in this game. Not really, I lied. Bears aren't fun in this game.
How did the bear get in here if like the door to this place was locked?
Well, again, there is a magical deity who was responsible for this building, so he probably just kind of pooped up a bear here and just kind of told it to guard this area with your life.
Ah, okay. Didn't do much of a good job of that. Stupid old gods and their terrible methods of protecting their tombs. You'd think they'd be able to step it up a bit. Instead of having this like old-fashioned technology, they'd have like something way better to protect their possessions.
Well, there are a few areas later in the game that they improve on the technology a tad, though it's still just as easy to avoid them altogether. Here's another example of terrible brightness, because brightness, like even in-game the brightness isn't that good.
Yeah. Can you like move the camera up and down?
You can't move the camera at all. It's well, I mean, actually no, you can. You have to hold a button down though in order to do that.
I
And
see.
yeah, and Laura can't move when you're moving the camera around. So yeah, it's useful for when you're not in danger, but if you're fighting a bunch of enemies and suddenly decide to, oh, I'm gonna look around, then you're vulnerable and you'll probably get mauled to death.
Yeah. Let's go under the water.
And into the secret tunnel. So this part here, again, is another locked door. Find the switch, and then open the door.
Hooray! At any point in this game do you get chased by a rolling ball? like in Indiana Jones or in Lost World in Sonic Adventure 1.
I didn't want to spoil it, but yes, it does occur. The rolling balls are here. Now, and finally, you mentioned Indiana Jones. When Lara Croft was originally being drafted, she was envisioned as a male character, or a male Indiana Jones ripoff.
Yeah, I can kind of see the influence.
Alright, that'll do it for this episode. We'll see you next time for more Lara Croft fun times of adventures and Wonderland.